We are staying right here in our geometry.dwg file. We are also going to stick with the same layer we used in the previous video when we constructed our first table. Now I'd like you to zoom into an open area in this particular section of the drawing. So I'll zoom like this so that we get a better display of the area. We are going to work in this empty space. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how polar tracking and ortho mode located down in your status bar allow you to draft with precision using two different workflows. We are going to create two identical square tables, one using polar and one using ortho. First, let's look at polar tracking. It's this icon here in the status bar. As we saw earlier, if you click the flyout arrow next to it, you can select your angle increments. Ensure that yours is set to 90, 180, 270, 360 for this exercise. Let's grab the line command from the draw panel. Click the command, move into the drawing area and left click to start. As I drag my cursor vertically, notice that a green dashed line is now visible. That's your polar tracking line kicking in at 90 degrees increment. You'll also see the direct distance entry box highlighted in blue color. I'll type in 10 feet and hit enter. So I get a line of 10 feet. Now I'll drag to the right. AutoCAD defaults east to 0 degrees. Again the tracking line appears. I'll type 10 feet and press enter. Notice how it snaps to those 90 degrees intervals as I move. I'll drag downwards now and here's the 270-degree marker. I'll again type 10 feet and hit enter. Finally, I'll drag to the left and I'll type 10 feet and press enter. To end my command, I'll again press enter and my polygon is now ready, which I have drawn using polar tracking. Here's a quick tip. Instead of dragging the final segment, just right click and select close from the shortcut menu. I'll show you what I mean. So I will just undo my steps and again I'll select line. I'll click here, move upward, type 10 feet, hit enter. I'll move to the right, type 10 feet, hit enter. I'll move to the bottom, type 10 feet and hit enter. Now instead of moving to the left, I can right click over here and from here I will select close and my polygon is ready. Now let's look at the icon on the left of polar tracking, the ortho mode. Notice that when I click on the ortho mode, the polar tracking automatically turns off. In AutoCAD, these two are mutually exclusive. You can only have one of them running at any point of time. Now let's replicate the table, ensuring that the ortho mode is on. So I'll click on the line tool. Then I'll come in the drawing area. I'll click over here. Then I'll go on the top. I'll type 10 feet and hit enter. I'll go to the right. I'll type 10 feet, hit enter. I'll go to the bottom, I'll type 10 feet, hit enter. I will right click and select close and end my command. The result is the same, but the feel is different. Ortho is fantastic when you want to be 100% certain you aren't accidentally drawing line at a 89 or a 91 degrees. So which should you use? It depends on your needs. Ortho is great for rigid perpendicular layouts. However, Polar offers more flexibility. If I switch back to Polar and then I click the flyout to select tracking settings, it will open up the drafting settings dialog box. Here I can actually add additional angles if you are working on a layout with specific degrees, example 15 degrees or 45 degrees increments. So I can click on new over here and type the new angle and press enter. For now, I'll cancel it out, but keep in mind that Polar gives you that extra snap while still allowing free movement if you aren't on a tracking line. Both tools are essential for accurate drafting. Ortho is your strict assistant while Polar is your flexible guide. Go ahead and explore both. Try drawing a series of shapes, perhaps a hexagonal table, using direct polar angle increments to see which methodology fits your workflow the best. I'll see you again in the next lesson.